Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs and Fuego. We are documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs such as Kim Perry from What's Up.
Finding What's Up.
Finding What's Up.
There we go.
Finding What's Up.
Exactly.
Findingwhatsup.com.
Yes.
So anybody that wants to find out what's up, they go to findingwhatsup.com.
There we go.
How you doing, man?
Good.
How you
Good
doing?
to be here.
Good. Tell us a little bit about what you do, what your company does, and then I'm going to tell a story about why you're here because. Go ahead.
Okay.
You go first.
Sure.
I don't want to spoil the story.
Oh, no worries. So basically what we do is we're a marketing advertising company here in the Valley. We've been here about 9 years. We've been playing in that space in the marketing advertising industry for almost 20 years now. And we kind of started off in California, had our roots there. And now that we've been here for a while, we're kind of working with local businesses and helping them to get more established, more exposure. And we're doing that by way of a very exciting mobile app that we're about to launch here soon.
Tell me about the mobile app.
So the mobile app is going to basically take the little guy and help them to be able to play on the platform as some of the larger companies.
Would that include, of course, social media integration? Would that include all of the bells and whistles? That would be incredibly expensive, I guess, or unattainable for the, like you said, for the small business guy.
Right.
And it would make us play in the same sandbox.
Exactly. So it's really geared toward allowing the businesses to be able to have a profile, to be able to connect with others, have reviews, kind of like taking the best of some of the major platforms that are out there, kind of combining it onto one and giving them really a lot of tools that they can really promote their business and bring them more customers.
You are an amazing creative because the reason that you impressed me, I'll be honest with you, when we met at the networking event for ASBA, you gave me your card, and I'm like, this is cool.
Okay.
This is cool. And just from that moment, it's one of those little first impressions that might not be as eventful, I suppose, for the rest of the world, but for me it was. Okay. And so that's what's marketing all about, right? I mean, you want to make sure that you're memorable, and if you're memorable to a good percentage of people, you're not going to be memorable for everybody. Right. But a good percentage, it's a numbers game, right? Yes. So if you are memorable to a good number of people, then you're ahead of the game. And believe me, it caused an impact on me. I'm like, this is cool.
We appreciate that. My background was actually for many years when I first started was graphic design. So I embraced that, and many of the customers that I brought on, being a freelancer at the time, I didn't have work to really show, so I started off by showing them my graphic design skills. I won a lot of clients based off of that. So even when I was just learning about how to build my first HTML website, it was based off of, they saw a beautiful mock-up, and they was like, wow, this is ahead of its time. They're like, I want something like that. So I embraced that all throughout my design history of working within the web business, and that's kind of what I've kept foremost is it's got to be capturing, it's got to be unique, it's got to be robust in order for a brand to be able to really make its place in the market. So I've always kept that.
Aside from the app that you're developing, you're coming up with,
yes,
what is it specifically that make you guys distinct from other marketing and other advertising agencies?
Well, I think that's a good question. I would say foremost would be one, experience. We have been customers before, and we've also have been on the customer service side, and we help, and I think our clients really kind of take a grasp of what it is to take on a project, have real customer service throughout it, and allow them to be able to understand what we're doing so they're not kept in the dark. I think that's important. That allows companies to trust you, to be able to understand that this is what it takes to really put something together. And once you establish that, that's been something that I think that every customer we've had has been really loves us for, is that we educate them along the process. So they're just that much more smarter when they go to another company or continue with us.
And you touch on two things, education and communication.
Right.
And that's, you feel like throughout the process, with the client, from developing the website, from creating the brand and all that stuff. You have to educate the client. Yes. Even if the client, I'm your client, I'm thinking, this is going to look really cool. Right. But you're like, yes, it might, but you're going to be the only one that is happy with this product, not your customers.
Exactly. That's kind of been one of the foremost things that we had to tackle in our earliest effort. We were bumping our heads going on, well, how do we get a client to understand this, that we have the artist inside of us, but at times it may not be, like you said, what the public needs, your visitors, your users. So many times we've had to come to a client and say, look, You really have to unmarry yourself in the process. Let us do our job. Watch what we put together, and they loved it. Once they said, okay, we're going to sit back, let you do it. What they've come out with, and the end result was something that they really didn't marry, and they say, wow, I didn't understand what it was at first, and now I do. And so, I think that was golden. Once they understand what we were able to do from that perspective, everything else kind of fell in place as far as them continuing to use us. We've had clients that are now been with us for 10 years, and this is something that we cherish because they understand that. And you know what, Ken, the guys that Finding What's Up, they all at least educated us about the process and kept us in the know.
20 years in the marketing business. Were you in corporate America before, or did you just jump into this business from the get-go?
Good question. I started off in the real estate business. Right out of high school, I had the opportunity to say, go to college or go and jump into the marketplace, start working, and I took the work. So I jumped into the mortgage company, started off, rose through the ranks there, became an underwriter, did that for a while, and then finally tipped off into the loan officer side of the business. Well, along that way, we know the real estate market had its waves, ups and downs. About the third crash, I said, enough of that. I said, I'm going to teach myself something that's going to allow me to fall back instead of fall on my face. So I picked up my first HTML for Dummies book. Picked that up, started reading it on my spare time. My bosses knew. And at the time, I was working with just a notepad, literally working with HTML, developed my first website, started off on my first e-commerce website. And from there, it was a passion. I loved it.
And this is going back, what, 15, 20 years ago?
Yes.
You had to learn the language, HTML, in order to create a website. I mean, it's not as easy now as just to go to Weebly or Squarespace, and boom, you have your templates, plug in and play.
Right.
You actually had to create things from scratch.
Exactly. So I was working with code back in the days where, it's telling my age a little bit, but we're working with Perl. So we were working with that before PHP was the common language, and we were building e-commerce websites from scratch. So nothing out of the box. So this is building from scratch, and we're putting together shopping carts that were, at the time, very, the security was there, and it was very robust, had lots of features, and it was a very, very hard job.
It sounds like, and so you're showing this thing to your potential clients. Hey, this is what you can do with this website. And again, we have to go back and remote ourselves to maybe 15, 20 years ago. That was probably hard sell because we didn't see the internet to be the way it is now. I mean, we're so comfortable right now. Search Google, blah, 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 blah. I mean, we do everything out of our phones.
Exactly.
But back in the day, back then, you had to sit in front of your computer to do all these beautiful things that you're programming.
Absolutely. It was hard convincing individuals that you needed a website back then. They're like, what's this website stuff? Now it's like if you don't have a website, it's like not having a business card. So it's come a long way. I love where it's gone, and it's been good to me. It's been good to all those I've worked with over the time, and I don't think I'll ever be able to leave the space.
What's the future look like in your business?
That's it's exciting. We are on the verge of launching a mobile application we're hoping to disrupt a few industries, but at the same time, it's going to be something that's going to standardize the way things should be done for small businesses, and we're very excited about it.
Finding what's up, man.
Yes.
Finding what's up, and that's what's really cool about it. So, as far as your personal goals as an entrepreneur, where do you want to be in about 3 years? Because we're gonna get you back here in about 3 years.
Okay.
We're gonna do the where are they now kind of thing.
Right.
So, what kind of personal goals would you have for yourself in the next 3 years?
Personal, just to be relaxing more with my family. I'm a family type guy. I'd really like to build a company out to where individuals like my right-hand person, Marius, who could really kind of take the company and understand the vision where it's going and really take it nationwide with me. So we're gonna expand to that level, but I would love to be able to just spend more time with family.
Here's the thing that I like about your company, yourself, and what you're doing, because here at the Office Pile in the Top Foundation, we're all about diversity. We're all about creating space for a multicultural society. And for the most part, when you go around and see who is programming, who is doing marketing, advertising, branding, and everything else, we don't find, particularly here in Phoenix, we don't have too many Hispanic companies, African American companies that are in that sandbox. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I mean, Hispanics were about 35% over here. We're very diverse. The same thing with the African American population, which is about maybe 5 or 7%, but it's still a large population that needs to be targeted. And just in general, just the fact that we have a different perspective on life, if you will.
Exactly.
We do.
Exactly.
We do. That perspective, that background would give you, or should give you, me, a much better understanding of how to market.
Right. I agree 100%. And it's been unique. You know, I tell everyone, I said, you know, when I was in California, and you think the melting pot would have been room for opportunity, tons of it there. I've actually found being here in Arizona that it's been much more opportunities here. And I think that for being a minority myself, and I think that in this space, it's been a lot of good opportunities, a lot of good interactions, and I think that the scene is changing. I think more entrepreneurs are starting to find that they can thrive in the space, and that their unique, like you said, standpoint and viewpoint on things, and perspective is allowing them to be able to be instrumental to a lot of brands.
And bring your creative side a lot more, because how can I say this? I mean, because of our backgrounds, I believe that we can be a lot more creative. We have a lot more credentials, if you will, to explore the different and understand the customer a little bit better.
Exactly. We can see that scene changing with a lot of the larger brands really starting to embrace working with minority groups. So, I mean, I think the future is bright for that.
We were talking the other day about what the future is going to look like also for social media, et cetera. And we kind of came to the universal conclusion that video must be incorporated into just about anything that you do. The photos are great. Thank you very much. You've got your website, you've got a couple of photos here. But video is going to be huge, right?
You're right. Video, one, for us as a marketing company, our video is instrumental in pitching for us. So instead of us turning blue at the face and talking over and over again about what we do, here's our explainer video. We took some time to really put that together, and that has become our instrument. So any brand, any company that's using that is going to be a light years ahead of their competition, and that's going to be because it can do so much more 24/7. And I think that's definitely a necessary tool.
I tell you what, I'm going to plug Taylor Luker and her company, because that's what they do, and they're truly light years ahead of the competition, because they've realized the value of and the power of video to incorporate it, to embed into your social media and to any platform that you use, including your website and everything else. And you're just validating that point, and I think that's going to be huge.
Yes, I agree.
Anything else you want to say, man? I mean, I really enjoyed this interview, because it just give me an incredible insight and a different perspective as to what marketing, what branding, what advertising looks like, and so forth.
Well, I just enjoy talking to you. I know we could talk here for hours.
I know, man. The sad part about this thing is like I see that. Oh man, we got to wrap it up and everything else.
We'll definitely talk more later. Yeah.
But this is cool. We definitely like. You to feel that this is your space. Anytime you're in downtown Phoenix, just stop by and say hi, man. Just enjoy a little café de olla, a little Mexican coffee with us and everything else. But I really respect what you do and I appreciate it. And do you have your business card?
Yes, absolutely.
I gotta show. It's so cool. And I left it for the end.
And you know what? And I have a surprise for you.
Oh man.
I have a surprise for you. So the business card that you had before. The creative side of me, that ADD with design, I have turned around and actually made a new design.
Oh my God.
So be prepared.
Oh my, this is what's up right here. Finding what's up. Look at this business card. It's cool. It's absolutely cool. And then you get the QR code right back there. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's, man, you're just a creative, my brother. I'm telling you right now, man. I love it. I love the fact that it's so cool, and it's very impacting. Great colors. The fact that we like red.
Right, exactly.
We're into something.
Oh, I was comfortable as soon as I walked in. Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much, Ken. And I appreciate it. Congratulations on your success. And definitely we will see you next year.
We will.
And I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it again.
You're too much, man. My pleasure. And with that, we're out.